Hi guys, hope you all are doing well. If you are yet to subscribe our channel, then please do it. We need your support to continue this channel. In this video, I am going to talk about a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, written by Robert Kiyosaki. As many high school students make their college decisions, the debate continues on the link between higher education and future success. While colleges may enable students to pursue rewarding careers, many graduates may still lack the financial literacy and knowledge to develop wealth. As author, Robert Kiyosaki describes in his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, higher education and a job don't guarantee wealth. It's the application of financial knowledge which separates the wealthy from the lower class. Robert Kiyosaki compares two case studies of financial knowledge through his two dads. The first being his poor dad, his biological father who was a well-educated, highly paid government official, and the other being his rich dad, a close mentor who owned a successful business despite only having an 8th grade education. Although the well-educated biological father had a high-paying job, he was constantly struggling with debt and paying off most of his expenses. The business owner, however, developed a fortune allowing him to live comfortably and not be concerned with current expenses. This goes against common logic where job security and income are the key markers to wealth. As Kiyosaki illustrates through his two dads, income isn't everything, it's the approach to money and wealth that is life-changing. Kiyosaki provides readers with 5 main lessons of the wealthy to help provide guidance. Lesson 1. The rich don't work for money. There are two main emotions which can prevent people from developing wealth: fear and desire. Fear of not being able to pay monthly expenses or fear of losing money keep many entrenched in the day-to-day work, preventing many from evaluating investments and other sources of income. The desire to keep up appearances while buying expensive clothes or cars drives expenses so high that people have no choice but to stay focused on their jobs to maintain their lifestyle. The rich dad was more focused on ways of creating residual money that increases even if you don't work, rather than waiting for the next job with a pay raise. Lesson 2. Learning financial literacy. Developing financial literacy is key to having any success with money. Financial literacy is simply the study of managing one's finances. Robert Kiyosaki breaks down the basics of financial literacy in order to show the differences in cash flow for different income levels. There are a few key terms one would need to understand in order to see differences. Income is simply the amount of money you earn, like wages, salaries, etc. Expenses are things like taxes, food, rent, clothes, fun, and transportation. An asset is something that puts money into your pocket, like stocks, bonds, investments. A liability is anything that takes money out of your pocket, like home mortgages, loans, credit card debts. Let's understand the situation. This is the situation for those in lower income brackets. Income is less than expenses. They neither assets nor they have liability. Compare that situation to the wealthy. They invest in assets like stocks, bonds, intellectual property that pay greater returns than a 9-to-5 job. To put it simply, the rich are able to live well off of the returns from their investments, such as stocks and bonds, covering any expenses, while a poor person is using the majority of his wages to pay for his prospective living expenses. In order to become wealthy, one must focus on increasing his assets rather than focusing on increasing his salary. Lesson 3. Mind your own business. The key attribute that must be developed in order to gain wealth is to focus on your asset column. The rich focus on improving the size of their investments rather than simply waiting or demanding pay raises in their income. This means keep your expenses low, reduce your liabilities, and diligently build a base of solid assets. Lesson 4. The rich invent money. The idea behind this is that wealth takes a combination of financial intelligence and a little bit of guts. The one thing that holds a lot of people back is some degree of self-doubt. In order to gain wealth, there needs to be a degree of self-confidence. This means investing money outside of the comfort zone. While saving at the bank seems secure, it is not worthwhile because savings rates are often below the rate of inflation. Always remember, scared money don't make money. Kiyosaki follows the same logic. If you truly want to see your investments grow exponentially, you must be willing to put in the money in places that show relative risk. Lesson 5. Work to learn, don't work for money. A familiar acronym for job is just over broke. Oftentimes, it's easy to get caught up in a job as a means of security or money. However, the rich use jobs as learning opportunities to develop necessary skills to be successful. As Kiyosaki recommends in this book, take a long view of life. Instead of simply working for the money and security, which are important, take a second job or take classes that will teach you a skill. With these main lessons in mind, one can walk towards the path of success. It just takes personal initiative to further develop the financial knowledge and management skills necessary for success. As Rich Dad, Poor Dad shows, higher education or a great job doesn't guarantee success, but rather the skills and knowledge you are able to apply with your income separates the lower and middle class from the wealthy. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel and share this video with your friends. Also like our Facebook page. Link is given in the description.